As the night settles softly around you, I want you to begin loosening every part of yourself that has been tense, rushed, or overwhelmed today. Let your breathing slow. Let your shoulders fall. Let your thoughts move gently, like clouds drifting across a quiet sky. This moment is different from all the others in your day. This is not the hour where you push, strive, or hold everything together. This is the hour where Jesus draws near to you closer, quieter, more tender than you may have felt in a long time. He comes gently, never forcing himself into your space, simply waiting for the moment your heart becomes still enough to feel him. Tonight, he is inviting you to let him in. You don't have to prepare yourself to meet him. You don't have to pray the perfect prayer, say the perfect words, or pretend to be stronger than you feel. Jesus isn't looking for performance. He's looking for honesty, for openness, for the simple willingness to rest and let him come close. As you breathe in, imagine the room becoming softer around you, like the atmosphere itself is shifting, becoming calmer, almost sacred. As you exhale, imagine releasing the weight of everything you've been carrying, letting it fall gently into his hands. You are safe here, safe to breathe, safe to let go, safe to be still. Jesus sees how tired you are. He sees the battles you fought quietly today, the moments you didn't speak about, the emotions you swallowed, the fears you tried to ignore. He saw every part of it. He doesn't come tonight to judge you for it. He comes to comfort you, to settle you, to wrap your spirit in the peace you couldn't find on your own. He knows how hard you've tried, how much you've held, how deeply you've longed for rest. And he whispers gently to your heart now, "Let me in, let me carry this for you." Feel that whisper sink into your spirit like a warm wave. The kind of warmth that softens every tight place inside you, that melts the heaviness sitting in your chest, that quiets the thoughts that have been running since morning. Jesus is closer than your breath right now. He is sitting with you in the silence, filling the room with a peace that isn't fragile, a peace that doesn't fade when you close your eyes. He doesn't come with noise, pressure, or expectation. He comes with gentleness, the kind that makes you feel like you can finally exhale for the first time today. Let your breathing fall into a deeper rhythm. Slow, steady, peaceful. With every inhale, feel his presence drawing nearer. With every exhale, feel yourself surrendering the weight of the day. This is the beginning of a holy rest. The kind of rest where your heart is held, your mind is calmed, and your spirit begins to open. Jesus wants to visit your dreams tonight, not to frighten you or overwhelm you, but to bring comfort, clarity, and healing to the places inside you that need it most. He wants to speak in ways your waking mind is too busy to hear. He wants to show you things your heart has been too worn to recognize. You don't have to force this moment. You don't have to chase it. You simply have to rest inside it. Let the night wrap gently around you. Let the quiet settle deeper. Let your spirit soften the way a flower closes gently at dusk. Jesus is here, and he is not in a hurry. He is patient with you. He is tender with you. He is attentive to your breath, your thoughts, your emotions, your silence. He is waiting for you to simply say yes, not out loud, not with words, but with the quiet surrender of your heart as it relaxes into his nearness. Let this be the moment where everything slows, where the world fades into softness, and where you become aware of a presence more comforting than anything you felt today. Jesus is drawing near. The night is becoming holy. Your heart is settling, and as you rest deeper and deeper, you are opening the door for him to enter the quiet places of your dreams. Let him in. Let him cover you. Let him fill this night with his peace. This is the beginning of a visit your spirit has needed for a long time. As you drift deeper into this quiet space, I want you to feel the gentle way your heart begins to soften, almost as if something inside you finally has permission to breathe again. The noise of the day is fading now. The pressure, the rushing, the constant mental weight, it's loosening with every slow exhale. And beneath all of that, there are things you carried silently, things you didn't have the time or the strength to process. Jesus knows every one of them. He has seen the hidden corners of your heart that you don't show anyone. And tonight, in this stillness, he is drawing near to those very places. There were moments today that left marks on your spirit, moments that felt heavier than you let yourself admit. You pushed forward because you had to. You smiled when your heart felt tight. You kept going even when your strength felt thin. You carried worries in the back of your mind, the kind that don't disappear just because you try to ignore them. You held emotions in your chest that didn't have space to move. Jesus saw every bit of it. He didn't miss a single moment, and now, under the cover of night, he is inviting you to let those hidden parts rise, not to overwhelm you, but so he can meet you inside them. Let your breathing deepen, slow and warm. Feel the way your chest rises gently, then releases. This rhythm is not just rest, it's surrender. With every inhale, you are welcoming peace. With every exhale, you are letting go of what your heart has held too tightly. Jesus is right beside the weight in your spirit, and he isn't asking you to hide it or push it down. He's asking you to let it come into the light of his presence, where it can finally be understood and cared for. Think about the unspoken fears that clung to you today, the uncertainty about what's next, the quiet anxiety about decisions, the heaviness of responsibilities, the ache you didn't talk about. You didn't have the space to sit with these feelings, and that's okay. Jesus is creating space for them now. He's whispering to your heart, I know, I saw, I understand. Nothing inside you surprises him. Nothing is too messy, too heavy, or too complicated for his compassion. He knows the longings you didn't say aloud. He knows the questions you tucked away. He knows the prayers you prayed silently while keeping a calm face. And he is here, ready to comfort you in the very places that felt ignored. As your body relaxes deeper, imagine Jesus gently touching those heavy places, not with judgment, not with frustration, but with perfect tenderness. Feel the tightness in your chest begin to loosen. Feel the tension in your shoulders soften. Feel the emotions you stored away start to rise like quiet waves, no longer threatening to drown you, but ready to be released. Jesus isn't rushed. He isn't impatient. He doesn't need you to figure anything out tonight. He simply wants you to let him close enough to carry what you've been carrying alone. Let your spirit feel safe enough to breathe honestly, safe enough to feel what it hasn't felt, safe enough to let Jesus step into the things you never spoke out loud. You don't have to pretend anymore, not here, not now. Jesus is filling the room with a peace that allows honesty to come without fear. And as you lie here, gently sinking into rest, he is lifting the weight piece by piece, like a loving friend gathering everything that has been too heavy for your soul. Let go now, slowly, softly, completely. Your heart doesn't have to hold everything tonight. Jesus is already holding you. He's holding your fears, your pain, your confusion, your longings. He knows where it hurts. He knows what you need, and he is drawing near to fill those places with comfort that reaches deeper than sleep ever could. This is where the healing begins, not with effort, but with surrender. Not with words, but with rest. Not with trying, but with letting Jesus step closer to the parts of you that have been waiting for him all along. Let him in. Let him meet you in every hidden corner. Let him soothe what you never said aloud. Tonight, your heart is safe to be seen. And Jesus is here, ready to care for everything you've carried in silence. As you settle even deeper into this gentle quiet, I want you to feel how your spirit becomes softer, more open, more receptive to the presence of Jesus. This is the moment where your conscious mind begins to dim, and the deeper parts of you, the parts that hold your fears, your hopes, your memories, your longings, start to rise to the surface in silence. It is here, in this tender quiet, that Jesus speaks the clearest. Not in loud ways, not in dramatic signs, but in the soft, steady truths that your heart has been needing more than your mind could ever express. Let your breathing grow slower, like waves brushing a calm shore. Feel your body sinking deeper into rest. Feel the weight of the day slipping away as your thoughts become lighter and more distant. This is the doorway where Jesus begins to whisper to your spirit, reminding you of truths you may have forgotten in the rush and noise of life. He doesn't come with pressure. He doesn't come with demands. He comes with love strong enough to quiet storms and gentle enough to hold your heart without hurting it. And so he begins to speak. You are not alone. You are not unseen. You are not forgotten. You are not drifting. You are not without direction. Let these truths flow into you like warm oil, soothing the places inside you that have been tight with worry. Jesus knows exactly what your heart has been wrestling with. He knows the questions that have kept you awake. He knows the fear behind your quiet thoughts. He knows the ache you never told anyone. And in this moment, he is whispering, I am here. I am with you. I will guide you. Scripture echoes these promises with a clarity that wraps around your spirit like a soft blanket. My peace I give you. I am with you always. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I have plans for you, plans to give you hope and a future. I will go before you. You don't have to fight to believe these things right now. You don't have to push yourself into faith. You simply have to let the truth settle in your spirit the way dew settles on the morning grass, naturally, quietly, without effort. Jesus is speaking to you in ways your heart understands, even when your mind is tired. His presence is the reassurance you've been longing for, the calm you've been craving, the direction you've been needing. Feel your spirit begin to lean into his voice. Feel the anxiety loosen its grip. Feel the confusion fade like shadows in the early light. Jesus is not distant from your pain. He is not indifferent to your worries. He is not silent about your future. He is working in ways deeper than your eyes can see, preparing things for you that you will only understand later. Let his truths sink into the deepest parts of you. You are protected. You are guided. You are loved. You are chosen. You belong to him. And because you belong to him, your tomorrow belongs to him. Your future belongs to him. Your healing belongs to him. Your peace belongs to him. As your body continues to relax, Jesus is laying his hand gently over your heart, calming every storm that has lived inside you. Feel the peace spreading, soft, warm, steady, reaching the places that felt bruised or fragile. Feel his presence move through your thoughts, replacing fear with comfort, uncertainty with guidance, heaviness with rest. Your dreams tonight are not random. Your rest is not empty. Your sleep is not wasted. Jesus is preparing to whisper to your spirit in ways that heal you, strengthen you, and guide you. He speaks in dreams because dreams bypass the walls your heart has built. He brings peace through visions because your spirit listens more clearly when your mind finally stops running. He visits you in rest because that is where you are most open to receive him. Let your mind drift. Let your spirit open. Let your heart soften. You don't have to chase his voice. You don't have to strain to hear him. He is already speaking. He is already near. He is already moving. Tonight, Jesus is preparing to meet you in your dreams, not with fear, not with judgment, but with peace, clarity, direction, and love. Let these truths sink deep into you as you drift further into rest. His voice is coming. His presence is near. His comfort is unfolding. And your spirit is ready to receive what he wants to show you. As your body drifts closer to the edge of sleep and your thoughts begin to blur softly at the edges, I want you to imagine this moment as a quiet doorway, one where the world grows dim, but heaven grows near. This is the sacred crossing, the place where your spirit becomes more awake, even as your mind begins to rest. It is here, in this gentle in-between space, that Jesus steps toward you with a tenderness so deep it can only be felt in the quiet. He is not waiting for you to fall asleep to meet you. He is already drawing close, preparing to walk with you into the landscape of your dreams. Let your breathing become slower, softer, deeper. Feel your thoughts stretching out into a calm haze, no longer gripping the details of today, no longer reaching for tomorrow. This is the moment where your heart opens effortlessly, where the barriers you carry during the day begin to lower, and as your spirit softens, Jesus moves closer, not with noise or force, but with a peace that feels like warm light touching the deepest parts of you. You don't need to fear this moment. You don't need to brace yourself. Jesus doesn't enter your dreams to frighten you or unsettle you. He comes to restore what's been wounded, to speak truth where lies once lived, to bring clarity to places where confusion once echoed, to remind you of his nearness in ways words never fully could. Tonight, he wants to visit the places inside you that are easier to reach when your mind grows quiet, places where memories live, where worries hide, where longings breathe. He wants to step into those spaces and bring healing in a way your waking hours couldn't hold. Imagine him standing beside your bed now, gentle and steady, watching over you with love rather than judgment, with care rather than distance. His presence fills the room like a calming glow that spreads through the air, settling into your chest, your breath, your thoughts. Feel the warmth deepen, as if the light is moving slowly through you, silencing fear, softening ache, loosening tension. Jesus is preparing you not just to sleep, but to receive him as your thoughts drift further from the world and closer to rest. Imagine him reaching into your tomorrow, smoothing the path ahead. Picture him placing peace over the places where fear once sat. See him covering the moments you're worried about with his protection. He is going before you, even now, shaping your steps in ways you cannot see, but will soon feel. And now, imagine him stepping into the quiet corners of your mind, the place where dreams are formed, where images and memories shift into meaning. He enters with a gentleness that doesn't disturb you, but steadies you. His presence fills the landscape of your dreams like sunlight rising over a field, illuminating places that were once dim, bringing comfort to places that were once lonely. Tonight, Jesus may bring you visions of peace. He may bring you reminders of his promises. He may bring you the clarity you've prayed for. He may bring you comfort for wounds you didn't know still needed healing. He may bring direction disguised as calm, reassurance disguised as rest, and you don't have to guide any of it. You don't have to choose the dream. You don't have to think your way into the encounter. Just rest. Just breathe. Just soften into the quiet where he moves. Feel the shift inside your spirit, the sense that something holy is drawing near, something tender, something safe. Jesus steps into your dreams with the same love he carries in every moment of your life. But here, in this sacred crossing, you are finally still enough to feel it. He doesn't need permission spoken aloud. He only needs the quiet surrender of your spirit saying, I'm here, I'm open, I'm resting. Let the last edges of wakefulness slip away. Let the silence cradle you. Let the peace settle deeper. Jesus is stepping in now, not to overwhelm you, but to comfort you, to speak to you, to visit the places inside you that have waited quietly for his healing touch. This is the moment your dreams become holy ground. This is the moment your night becomes sacred. This is the moment Jesus enters the deepest parts of you with love only heaven can give. Let him in. Let him move. Let him speak. Tonight, your dreams are becoming a meeting place with him as the night deepens into its quietest place, and your body becomes fully surrendered to rest. I want you to imagine the atmosphere around you shifting into something soft, warm, and sacred. This is the moment where the world fades completely, and your spirit enters a depth of stillness it cannot reach while you're awake. Your muscles are heavy. Your breathing is slow and warm. Your thoughts are drifting like gentle currents, and in this deep, silent space, Jesus draws near, not as a distant presence, but as a comforting, loving, protective one. This is where he begins to visit you in ways your waking mind is too guarded to receive. Feel the weightlessness inside your chest, that soft, floating feeling that comes when every wall you built during the day begins to fall in the safety of rest. Jesus steps into that softness with tenderness, placing peace where old fear once lived. This is the part of the night where he can move through the deep layers of your heart, the ones you hide, the ones you forget, the ones you don't know how to fix. There is nothing in you too hidden for him to reach, nothing too bruised for him to heal, nothing too dark for his light to touch. Let yourself imagine Jesus moving gently through the quiet landscape of your dreams, not rushing, not pushing, simply entering with a presence so comforting your spirit recognizes him instantly. He isn't here to stir up fear. He isn't here to replay your worries. He isn't here to expose your weaknesses. He is here to soothe you, restore you, and breathe life into parts of you that have felt dormant, weary, or forgotten. Feel his peace spreading slowly within you, like warm light sinking into the deepest places of your emotions. Every heavy memory begins to loosen. Every anxious thread begins to untangle. Every echo of past hurt begins to soften under his touch. He is rewriting fearful thoughts without you having to fight them. He is quieting lies that have lived inside you for years. He is bringing truth to the deepest parts of your spirit, truth you've longed for, truth you've prayed for, truth you've needed without knowing how to ask. In this deep sleep, Jesus fills your dreams with his presence. Where there was confusion, he brings clarity. Where there was sadness, he brings comfort. Where there was fear, he brings courage. Where there was emptiness, he brings fullness. Where there were wounds, he brings healing. Your spirit absorbs all of this effortlessly because the barriers of the day are gone. Your walls are down. Your heart is open. You are more receptive in this silent place than at any other moment, and Jesus knows it. He uses the stillness to reach the parts of you that have been waiting quietly for his touch. Imagine him placing his hand gently over the places inside you where hurt once lingered. Feel the warmth spread. Feel the ache lessen. Feel the tension melt. This is not imagination. This is spiritual healing. Jesus works in the unseen, and dreams are his canvas. He paints peace over old shadows. He speaks life into your future. He whispers reassurance into the fragile corners of your inner world. You may not remember every detail of what he does tonight. You may not wake with complete clarity of the dream, but your spirit will remember. Your heart will feel the shift. Your emotions will feel lighter. Your mind will feel calmer, because Jesus never enters a place without leaving it changed. Let your breathing deepen again. Let your body fall heavier into rest. You don't have to control anything happening inside you. You don't have to understand it. Jesus is working in the quiet, gently, faithfully, intimately. Tonight, he is restoring what was drained, healing what was wounded, lifting what was heavy, strengthening what was weak, renewing what felt lost. Let this deep, holy rest continue to hold you. Let the presence of Jesus fill the silence. Let your spirit relax into his nearness. You are safe. You are covered. You are being healed while you sleep. Tonight is not just rest. Tonight is visitation. Tonight is healing. Tonight is Jesus tending to the deepest parts of who you are with a love that moves quietly but powerfully. Let it happen. Let him move. Let him complete the work he began as you drift deeper into him. As the night reaches its softest, deepest point, I want you to imagine the first hints of morning waiting just beyond the darkness, not rushing in, not demanding anything, simply resting there like a gentle promise, even now, while your body is fully surrendered and your thoughts float in a peaceful haze. Your spirit is rising into what Jesus has been preparing for you all night. You may not feel it happening, but he has been working in places you cannot see, healing parts of you that were tired, strengthening parts that felt weak, and speaking into the quiet corners of your heart through dreams and stillness. And as dawn approaches, he begins to transform what he did in the night into the blessing you will carry into tomorrow. Breathe slowly. Even in this half sleep, feel how your chest feels lighter than before. The tension that sat quietly in your spirit when you first laid down is softer now. The heaviness you didn't have words for has begun to lift. That is not coincidence. That is Jesus. He has stood guard over you all night. He has filled the silence with his peace. He has visited the deep places of your dreams with comfort and clarity. Now, he is preparing you for the moment your eyes open. For the moment you rise into a day, he has already stepped into ahead of you. Let yourself imagine him standing in your tomorrow, right now, gentle, steady, loving, shaping the path you will walk. See him smoothing the rough places, calming the storms you haven't yet faced, and filling your next steps with peace instead of pressure. He is placing grace over your morning, strength over your decisions, and clarity over your thoughts. Even as you sleep, he is aligning things you don't yet know you'll need. Nothing waits for you tomorrow that he has not already touched. Feel the warmth of that truth settle into your spirit. You are not waking into chaos. You are waking into guidance. You are not waking into fear. You are waking into peace. You are not waking alone. You are waking into the presence of Jesus, who has already rewritten the atmosphere of your day. He has gone before you. He has surrounded you. He has prepared you. As you drift in this soft, sacred stillness, imagine Jesus placing his hand over your heart once more, not to correct, not to pressure, but to bless. His touch settles into the deepest part of you, sealing the healing, sealing the comfort, sealing the clarity he gave you in the night. You may not remember every dream. You may not recall every whisper, but your spirit remembers, your heart remembers, your peace remembers. Because when Jesus visits, nothing remains unchanged. He is preparing you to wake with a lighter spirit, a clearer mind, a calmer heart, a stronger hope, a deeper sense of being loved. You won't rise with the heaviness you carried yesterday. You won't rise with the fear that followed you through the day. You won't rise with the confusion that used to cloud your decisions. Instead, you will rise with a quiet certainty that something shifted in the night, because it did. Jesus moved, Jesus spoke, Jesus healed, Jesus covered you. So let yourself drift even deeper for these last few moments. Let the night finish its gentle work. Let your spirit rest in the warmth of his presence. When morning light finally reaches your skin, you will wake into a peace that feels new, a strength that feels natural, and a direction that feels unmistakably divine. Sleep now, wrapped in the presence of the one who visited your dreams. Rest knowing your tomorrow is already touched by his hands. And rise knowing he goes with you into every moment, every step, every breath of the new day he lovingly prepared for you.